Hi, I'm Alejandro Enriquez. I'm currently the president of the Gaming Gators, and I go by the online alias of Retro, and I've been the president of the Gaming Gators for the past year and a half. The Gaming Gators is a student-run club here at San Francisco State that is an athletic club that focuses on the competitive side of gaming, also known as esports, and we currently are one of the largest clubs at San Francisco State, coming in around about 1,500 members, and we currently house 6 different teams, which in total adds up to about 100 players and competitive staff altogether. And now we do primarily focus on the competitive side of gaming. We've recently started to cater to the casual side of gaming, as we originally started out as a casual gaming club, and now we host various giveaways and game nights with all sorts of different games and try to make sure that we provide opportunities for people to be able to socialize, meet other students, and let alone just play games whether you're new or old, and just be able to connect with other people online when otherwise students may not be able to connect with other people. So we currently field 6 different teams here at Gaming Gators, which include Valorant, League of Legends, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, Call of Duty, and recently added Rocket League. And each team has a support staff of either a player and manager, or sometimes it doubles as a player and manager, since sometimes teams are small enough to be able to be managed on their own, although it depends on which game, such as League of Legends and Rainbow Six Siege, which probably have the most support staff since it is a more complex game and requires more practice time. But each game basically operates independently and just basically reports to our head game manager. Originally I got into the club looking to play competitive League of Legends, as at the time I was quite the League of Legends addict and was someone who was really interested in just competition overall, coming from a competitive background of playing baseball at some of the highest levels for the past 8 years. I just needed to fill my competitive void, and with that I was able to find League of Legends. So upon coming to San Francisco State, I quickly looked around online to all the different online resources I could find and see if I could find what is known as an esports club, and I was able to eventually find one known as the Gaming Gators, which led to me playing my freshman year as a support player for League of Legends and eventually transferring into a manager the following year. And after the following year of managing League of Legends for a while, our former president Austin Oliver asked me if I was interested in becoming more involved in the club, which eventually led to taking over as president of Gaming Gators. It was quite the leap. So when it comes to balancing club work and schoolwork, it can sometimes be quite daunting, since I'm basically the one that's making my own schedule along with the schedules for the other members in my club. As of this year, we have doubled in staff members, which means I'm more responsible for more people than I ever have been. And sometimes it can be quite hard to schedule everybody at a time that works for everyone, since we're all have different things going on and we're also all still students at the same time. So sometimes it can be quite challenging to balance everything, but luckily I have a great support staff that is always able to manage anything that I feel like I need help with, and I always am able to rely on my staff when I need help either running a meeting, putting together notes, or just being able to organize the club, and that's something I'm really grateful for. So once the pandemic hit, the majority of the athletic clubs and varsity programs here at San Francisco State were no longer able to operate, simply because everybody was on lockdown, and this was way before any vaccines or anything like that came out. So there was very, very limited amount of activities and operations that people could do from their home. Although for us, it was kind of a silver lining, since we were one of the only clubs to be able to completely operate solely online, and if anything, be able to benefit from being able to only work online, as we were able to recruit more staff and we were basically able to double in our support staff, along with also being able to double up in our number of members, as basically overnight it seems like we went from 600 to 700 members to almost 1,500. And it was really great for us because we were able to provide opportunities for students that otherwise wouldn't be able to get that sort of interaction, especially with everyone being in college, and this is supposed to be one of the most social and outgoing times of your life. We were able to provide a lot of those missed opportunities with the various online events we held, whether it was a casual game night or people just simply hanging out in our different various online areas, or if people were interested in getting the competitive feel that they weren't able to get in person, and that within that it was joining one of our competitive teams. Being an esports player in college can be quite difficult, since esports is still in its infancy, especially in North America, and each program here across each states and each colleges are on different ends of the spectrum on how supported they are, and oftentimes players will have to pick between their education and their competitive drive, as sometimes matches are not scheduled at favorable times and they have to pick between either attending class or competing in a match. Gaming Gators is the home of esports and gaming here at San Francisco State, and we provide the online space for students to be able to connect with fellow gamers and other students here, while also providing opportunities for students interested in pursuing a career in esports as the first step into getting into the industry. And we're super excited for next year with the amount of growth and support we've received within the last year, and look to expand on the club while also competing at the top level.
They're all corralled in the pit. They're already starting to call off the play. They want no part in this anymore, but it may just be too late. There's Gritterpot using the Magnet Storm. That's a big bullet time with the Galio ultimate. Two have already died. They're still firing away. It's got to be up on the Aphelios, but the CC is there and he gets taken down. The Gators have somehow done it. That's the Wombo Combo. That's the team fight they were looking for, and the Gators are on the board. They're still in the game.
Come on, Diva half.
Chaser one.
Right. Nice! Wow, look at that.
As the spike gets planted on the B site here, we will see Ray come in the back. Nice left clicks here, taking out two members of UCI here. Kyle does manage to get one refrag, not going to be able to get the